Hi, I'm missing from Flight Rising and I run the Starfall Hatchery Reserve Shop. Um, so the second biggest thing that I get questions about is how to do something with a shop. Um, I don't think I have the best example out there. There's plenty of them that I like out there. Fox's Circus themed shop is one of my favorites personally. I just love the way it's laid out. However, there are people out there like Flag who don't do anything. They just list their reserves and they do very good business. So we'll be looking at some of the things that I see in shops that I like, that I don't like, and some things I've learned through classes and whatnot that are good to do and are not good to do. So first off, there are 4 things that people want to see universally when it comes to your shop. That is the parents, the colors they could possibly produce, and you don't have to have a graphic for that, you can have a link, people are fine with that. They prefer graphics, but if you don't have a program for that, that's fine. So, parents, colors, prices, and the reserves list. That's what people want to see. There's some things you might need extra, like if your dragons still need to be gened, you need to put there that this dragon will be this, and this breed. It's self-explanatory, but I can't tell you how many shops I see that don't do that. And you ask them, like, hey, this Imperial, it's not really getting bred with a mirror, is it? And you're like, no, of course not. It's going to be a wild claw. Well, no, it's not, of course not. I don't know. And as far as I know, you could be trying to screw me. I mean, of course this is an important issue, and this is something that people might not ask and might just pass you over for business because you didn't put it very clearly. This is going to be blah, 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 blah. People need things very clearly. Graphics are great. For example, I said I loved Fox's site. If you get the chance to check out Fox's shop, it's beautiful. I love the way it's done. I love the way it has a theme. It's almost role play like in essence. I love it. Lots of pretty graphics. Fox doesn't go crazy with those graphics. There's tons of threads I've seen that go absolutely crazy with the graphics to the point where I can't see those 4 things. And if I can't see those 4 things for a single pair in a minute, and I'm not counting the time I spend looking through the rules or whatever, but from the point in which I start looking at your dragon pairs, if I can't see those 4 things in a minute, I am leaving your shop and I'm not purchasing anything. And before anyone starts to go, oh, well, you're probably just the type of person who jumps around shops and doesn't buy anything anyway, ask Flag if I don't buy anything. I have 5 Imperials reserved for them, so I buy things. And Flag doesn't have any graphics other than the parent pictures and some color spectrum things. Because I can see those 4 things very, very clearly on Flag's little threads that they make in way less than a minute. And that's all I want. Anyway, my site, my thread, I keep saying site, has graphics, but it's mostly just text banners and whatnot. We didn't go crazy with it because I happened to see another shop, and I can't remember the name of the person who did it. The theme involved like feathers or wind or something. Anyway, I don't remember anymore what the person's name was, but it had a very simple design. It was beautiful. All it was like text with a little bit of graphics, and when I was setting up our thread, I turned to Jolie, or virtually turned to Jolie because Skype, and went, this is what I want. I want something like this. It's very simple. People can see what they need to. This is what I want. And she did it. So, a little bit flashier because Starfall. But, yeah, so limit the clutter, and if you get some graphics, keep it fairly simple, or don't go crazy with it at the very least. I have some do nots that I, in most cases, will completely nix me from doing business with someone. The first of which is when they say, I reserve the right to take any baby out of a clutch or whatever and keep it for myself. Especially when it's when the person is taking first picks. If someone is paying extra for first pick, their first pick, not you. Because in a lot of time, or in a lot of cases, they're the reason why your eggs are hatching 5 days faster. They're the reason why your dragons are getting fed. They paid an arm and a leg extra. They're the reason why your dragon is gened in the first place. And for you to go, oh no, I like this baby, I'm keeping this baby and you can pick after me, without you reserving a spot, is a slap in the face and it's bad business. All there is to that. Now, if you don't want to take first picks, I'm more okay with that, obviously, because the person's not paying extra, so you're doing this stuff yourself. And I'm still not 100% okay with it, because I would much rather just list myself in a slot, but that's what I do. So then, and I've only seen this in one case, and I'm not going to list names because it's incredibly rude, but it's also incredibly rude that this person did this. Don't increase your prices and then require the people who are already on your list to pay the difference when they've already paid. There are 1,000,001 reasons why this is just a bad thing to do. It ticks off your customers. It makes you lose customers. Yeah, you might be willing to refund their money, but you can't refund their time. They could go find another list. They could, but I mean, if they've already paid with like a week, 2 weeks, however long of their time waiting for this dragon, as I mentioned in my last video, what people are paying with in the reserves thread, the reason why your prices are cheaper in the reserves thread, and the reason why you don't get as much as you would in sales threads or on the auction house, is because people are paying you with their time and their money. But their time is worth something, their patience is worth something. The fact that they helped you get your dragons gened is worth something. Don't go turn around and stab them in the back. It's just bad business. I don't even need to go into the rest of why that's bad business. And the other thing is keep things to a timeline. It's not really a do not so much as it is a do. Keep things to a timeline. I realized this a little late in the game, and this is after basically Jolie and I are like, hey, so-and-so responded as to whether they want this baby or not. No, blah. Has this person paid yet? Are we still sending the person this baby? No. I finally implemented a 24-hour rule. If your first pick, you have 24 hours to let me know that you want this baby. And if you haven't paid yet all the way in first pick, you have 24 hours to pay me completely and let me know you want this baby. Or else you're getting passed over, and if you've only paid your reserve, you're losing your reserve, and I stick to my guns with that. I don't care if you have a sick family member. I don't. Because the fact of the matter is I'm not where you are. I can't verify that that's the case, and if I keep doing that, then everyone's going to keep doing that. And I'm sorry, but a few bad people ruin it for everyone. So, and I mean, I have sick family members too. I have family issues too that, quite frankly, none of you guys need to know about. But I would still expect you guys to be ticked at me if I didn't give you your babies in a timely manner. That simple. I mean, if it really came down to an emergency, I'd probably Skype or text Kataya or Jolie and be like, hey, here's my password, can you please just take care of all stuff? I know that's not the best way to do it, but I would rather make sure you guys get your babies in a timely manner than just completely screw you. And that brings me to get breeding buddies or partners or whatever. Have someone help you do this stuff, because it's a lot of work, and I know if you haven't done it yet, you probably don't realize how much work it is. But I run the reserve shop, Jolie runs the sales shop, and Kataya updates our Google Docs. And Kataya wasn't originally part of the pair. She just ended up having dragons that we needed and then also stepped up and did the work. We've had other people who we've sold their dragons, but they haven't stepped up and they haven't done the work. So Kataya is in the inner fold, as it were, at this point, because she puts her butt to work. That's all there is to that. Which brings me to Google Docs. With all of the issues that are happening with Flight Rising right now, you need to get some sort of cohesive document that people can read and edit all together without sharing passwords, without making new accounts where everyone has the password to it. We have a payment tracker. We have trackers for our different pairs. We have a gene tracker, so we know about how many dragons we have of whatever gene, and which genes we are lacking in. Although at this point we're not really lacking in any genes. I'm trying to think what else we have. We have lots of stuff. Breeding schedule, we've got that up there. And it's great because as long as we're updating it on a timely manner, basically the only thing I have to update is payment tracker, so as long as it's getting updated in a timely manner, everyone, even if the site goes down and loses all of our information, it's still there. It's great. And it's a free service. It's really easy. It works just like old Word, Excel. Yeah, there's Excel there too and all that. But go check that out. Go make them. Even if you're working by yourself, it's a great thing to have with all of the issues the site's been having lately. Beyond all of this, I don't really have any advice. I know this is a particularly long video, but it's kind of in-depth. The only other thing I could add is make a sales thread and a reserves thread if you've got a lot of dragons, because you make more money with sales. Don't really need to go into that a whole lot. I've already mentioned what we do with our pricing, so if you want more information on that, view the pricing video. Other than that, I'm pretty much done. If you have questions to ask me, please let me know. Other than that, bye. And I know I've said that a billion times, but thanks for bearing with me.